and welcome. My name's Emma.
Hello, my name's Tracy.
And we are Curly Seams.
Curly Seams.
So, welcome.
We always laugh at that bit.
I know, I don't know why, it's funny.
I don't know, I always find it very funny.
Anyway, never mind. Anyway, welcome. If you are joining us for the first time, it's nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. And if you're coming back for more, well done.
I know. We've got a few new subscribers, so hello to all the new subscribers.
So welcome. It's nice to have you.
Yeah. I know.
They're
most welcome.
Pardon?
Said they're most welcome.
They are, absolutely. Yes, we'll take all we can get. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely.
We are two cousins who both live in the south of England, and we quilt.
We knit.
We sew.
We sew clothes. We sew household things. Bit of crochet. Even did a bit of doodling the other day, but I've gone off that.
So we're just all-round superwomen. We do everything.
Yeah, not at the moment. I'm actually quite tired this week. I'm really tired this week. So, I was travelling this week. So, do you find travel knocks you out? Travel noise. I need a day after I've been anywhere to recover these days.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think especially at the moment as well. So, yes, as you can see, we are still operating under our lockdown rules.
Yeah, we are. We're very socially distanced.
About an hour.
An hour, 30 odd miles away. Actually, I don't know what we are. I'll tell you. About 30.
About that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far, but
it usually takes a good hour, sort of, with traffic.
Yeah.
The back.
Takes me less because I don't drive as fast as you.
It takes you what?
Takes me less time. Takes me more time to get to you
because I got that wrong.
Yeah. A little bit about the shops opening as well this week. We had our shops open for the first time on Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, yes. Our shop opened this week, so I was back in work on Wednesday, which was bit of a shock to the system, but it was actually really nice. It was nice to get back. It was nice to see customers. It was nice to have that bit of contact, and most people on the whole were very understanding, because obviously we've had to put in new procedures and distancing and things like that. So most people were...
So how many people can come in the shop at once then?
We have a limit of about 8 people in the shop at any one time.
Okay.
And you have to wait in the doorway until you're called forward. We have a one-way system that operates through the shop. We have hand sanitizers at the tills as well. We have, boxes drawn and things like that. And it is difficult. It's not easy, and it's a lot more time consuming because everything takes so much longer. But
what about browsing? Because with the shop movement, haberdashery store selling, wools and fabrics. You want to take your time looking and choosing and picking, but you can be very conscious that you're preventing somebody else from coming in.
Yeah, we ask our customers to be more aware and perhaps not to spend hours, that some of them do spend choosing fabric and wool. Because obviously you're then taking up time that somebody else could be in the shop as well. So
yes,
we do say try and keep it to a minimum. We have no knitting patterns or dressmaking pattern books out. If you want something, you have to come in with the number,
knowing what you want.
Yes, so that we can just get it out for you. And we ask that fondling is kept to a minimum.
Don't fondle the fabric.
Yeah, and no fondling of the staff either, please, if you don't mind. Not that we were ever fondled before. But...
I was. I did my. Well, I've done 2 teaching sessions. I had a lady came to me, but she had already had the virus and had got the antibodies, so we didn't concern ourselves too much.
Yeah.
I went to teach a lady this week, and it was really. Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it, wearing the mask and all the rest, and it's very difficult to speak through a mask.
Yeah.
And when you're teaching, in this particular case, I was teaching a lady on a Q20, so I have lots to say. I always have lots to say, and it's just awkward, very, very awkward. And so I had to say in the end, we agreed not to wear them.
Yeah. And I think if you're both in agreement with that, then that's fine.
Well, I think it kind of, I'll be honest, I think it kind of just happened as opposed to actually sort of, we talked about it briefly, and
yeah,
that was that. But I am really conscious of the fact that, I mean, I stopped at the motorway service stations a couple of times. It was a 3-hour trip, so I had to stop, clearly. And I'm conscious that I could have easily picked something up en route. I don't know if I did, and I doubt whether I did, because they're all very well organised in terms of, you know, everything's marked out, and as you say, hand sanitisers, and you're washing your hands anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I am really very conscious, just in case.
Yeah.
So, but I was thinking about it this morning, and I have actually decided that I will space any kind of teaching out for 2 to 3 weeks.
That's
so that if anything has happened,
yeah,
at least it will show itself.
Yeah, you've got that incubation period, haven't you?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so have you got any finishes?
Yes, I do have some finishes. I had to think about it then, because I have 2 that could have been finished but actually aren't finished, and one that I do.
Okay, I think.
So I've got Winifred on the back here, but she's not wearing clothes.
No, she's draped in a quilt.
She's draped in a quilt. Actually, she is draped in. She's got something on underneath.
Oh,
but you won't be able to see it, I don't think. She's got a pair of trousers on underneath.
Oh, okay.
So I put the quilt on her to hide a boobage. Oh, that's fallen off.
Oh no.
A pair of trousers. It's a pair of trousers there.
Is that one of your finishes?
Well, it is finished, but it's not really finished. So let me take it off and I'll talk about it. So I think we were talking about pyjamas or something, weren't we?
We were, yes, on the previous
we got on to the Sew House 7 free range.
Yep, slacks. Yep.
Yeah, slacks. And anyway, I was thinking I've got a pair of linen, some linen fabric that might be nice. I'll give it a go in some linen fabric, because I need some new trousers, and I do like the free range slacks actually. So I actually made 2 pairs. Okay, one in a green linen.
Oh, nice.
Which is it's going to come up green. It's more of a yellowy green, but and the light's not good actually. Light's bad.
That's all right.
But it is well, actually no, it's kind of like a chartreusey green.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, and it's got some sort of nice. Yeah. Well, I'll talk about it.
Oh, we're not going to have a gripe, are we?
No, it's Confessions of a Sewer. This is.
Oh right. Okay.
But I'm not sure if it is a sewing gripe. It could easily be a sewing gripe. I'm not sure. These were the first pair I made.
Okay.
And I made the size 14. Their size 14, which is for a 44 hip.
Okay.
So that's the slacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a very comfortable pair of trousers. I've got 2 of them actually already. I really do like wearing. And the 44, sorry, the size 14, yes, it's for a hip size of 44. Well, I was a 42, but I've gone up to 44 since lockdown with all those Easter eggs. But I made the 14 before, so I thought, I'll keep to the same size. I think I'll be all right, because there is quite a bit of extra fabric in it. And the finished measurement for a 14 is 47 inches for a 44 hip, so 3 extra inches of ease on the hip. So I thought, that should be fine. I should be fine with that. So I'll stick with it. So I made it. I made them all up, and so because it's linen, on the inside I decided to put some lighter weight fabric so it wasn't quite as bulky. Very nice. You've got slanted pockets at the front, nice deep slanted pockets with you won't be able to see it, I don't think, but it's top stitched to the front. 2 nice pockets on the back, and it's got top stitching all the way through. And it's got this really nice side detail where there's a panel that goes down the side of your leg.
Yeah.
And I actually think that's quite slimming, because it means you haven't got a seam all the way down the side. It's actually pushed to the front and pushed to the back.
Okay.
So it's not very, very wide, probably 4 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made them up a treat. I was really pleased with it. Super fast make, you know, spent the morning, really enjoying myself. 3 hours, I got them made. Really nice.
I think there's a big but coming.
There is a big but coming. Okay. I didn't have the right size elastic for they're an elasticated waist, okay. But I didn't have quite the right depth. The pattern calls for 1.5 inch elastic, and I had 1.25 inches. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll be fine, I'll get away with that. It's a 1/4 inch, not a lot on it. But it does make quite a bit of difference. It's not filling the casing.
Oh, okay.
But I thought, oh, you know what? I'll just go with it. I'll order some elastic, and then I'll put the new elastic in when it comes. But I can wear them in the meantime. It'll be fine, you know.
Yeah.
I was desperate to wear them. That's what I wanted to do. And so I put them on, and I thought, oh, these feel really different. They don't feel anything like the other trousers I've got, you know, the other the same version. And I thought, I don't understand why they feel different. I thought, oh, maybe it's because they're linen, you know, maybe it's the linen that is quite a heavyweight linen. And I thought, maybe that's it. And I kept looking. I looked in the mirror. I was thinking, no, it really looks different. And then I looked on Instagram at all the finishes on Instagram. I thought, mine don't look like that.
What have you done then?
Well,
I
used the wrong seam allowance.
Oh no.
And I said, I don't know if it's a sewing right that I should have or not, because I didn't check. The very first bit that you sew the facing on the side seam, and you sew it with a 3/8 inch seam allowance.
Right.
And for some reason, I got 3/8 stuck in my head, and it was supposed to be 5. Now, these trousers have got 6 seams going around the hips. So by the time I'd finished, instead of measuring 47 inches, they measured 51 and a half, I think it was. So it's a little bit like wearing a bag of potatoes. And I was so cross because they whipped together so nicely.
Can you go and take them in? Could you not?
Oh God, no, I'm not doing that. I just made another pair instead.
Oh God, no, not doing that.
So I made another pair, and again in linen, but I made them in a different coloured fabric, which actually I think I like better. It's a bit more muted. But who'd have thought? You know, 3/8 versus 5/8 makes one huge difference. So if you ever wondered about seam allowance, trust me, it makes a huge difference. Obviously, difference.
Yeah, you can see it. Look.
So that's how much difference on the hip.
Thank you, Nora.
So that's actually more than 3 inches on the hip. It's more like 4 inches, to be honest, by the time. So now, of course, it's not only affecting the hip, it's affecting the crotch depth as well, because I'd only use 3/8 underneath and on the top. So I've got an extra 1/2 inch drooping underneath too.
You got a droopy butt.
So anyway, so there you go. So hey ho. You know, there's this phrase. I had to laugh because I was listening to Stuart from the Wool Patch the other day talking about his dropped stitch knitted top, which I actually really liked.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, we're fine for the beach. It was like a passing comment. Like, it was almost like, oh, be fine around the house. I can wear them around the house. If I make something I don't particularly like, then I'll say, oh, it's fine, I can wear them around the house.
Yeah. Well, I think we all do that.
Yeah. So these are going to be, if nobody wants them, it's going to be further down the beach, because who cares down the beach? So what a shame. But so next time I shall read the instructions better. But I suppose I could have a bit of a sewing gripe, because it's mentioned somewhere that
get away with that.
5/8, but it's not continually. So you know, in the directions, when they say sew the seam, why don't they say using a 5/8 seam allowance, sew the seam? I mean, it's not that many more words.
Does it not say at the beginning though, all seams are?
Yeah, I expect it does. I'm going to look now.
it usually says right at the top, all seam allowances are 5/8 of an inch unless otherwise stated.
Yeah, hold on though. But if you write a quilting pattern, how many times do you say using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, sew X to Y? I do. In everything I write, I always put using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I repeat it time after time after time.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah, well, but we do in quilting patterns.
You know, but
So,
I don't know. I don't want to try and stick up for them. I really don't.
yeah, it does. It says very clearly, it says right at the start in big black letters, he says seam allowance are 5/8 and 3/8 unless otherwise stated. So it does say both. Anyway.
Moving on. I've got a finish. I'm wearing my finish.
Oh, love it.
So this is I'll tell you what this is in a minute, but this
Very
is
nice.
my finish. I said to Tracy earlier in the week, years ago I had a fat face top that I absolutely loved. I adored it. I wore it to death, and I literally wore it until it fell apart, and then just didn't think about taking a pattern from it, but I got rid of it. And I've now then spent the rest of my time trying to find a pattern that's the same. This isn't it, I don't think, but I'm quite pleased with it. This is a McCall's 4384. Now this is an old pattern. This I don't think you can get this one anymore. And I did
sleeves, big bell sleeves.
I did A, but I lengthened the sleeves because I don't like the sleeves too short. So I think I used A and then used the long sleeve pattern piece.
Right. Is it a set-in sleeve or a grown-on sleeve?
Set-in sleeves. Now, I also lengthened it because everything's always too short, and I lengthened it by 2 inches, and it's still, I think, a little bit too short. I would still prefer it to be longer, but I think I messed up the pattern when I lengthened it, so I need to have another go at it.
Yeah.
It also had
can't turn. Right, so it's just above your hip line, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, it had back darts in it. It had darts in the back. It had 2 darts in the back that I took out because that then made it too fitted.
Yeah.
Too fitted. So it's a cotton lawn, and I like it. I'm quite pleased.
Yeah, the fabric's beautiful. I like the whole thing.
For a skirt, it'll be very nice.
So does the tie go through both sides and come all the way back round again?
I may have to do something about this because obviously it does flap a little bit. Luckily, I'm in the 3T section, so it doesn't bother me too much. Right. So I'm in the tiny titties team, so I
know what you meant.
Yeah. So it wraps and ties here, and then comes round here. Okay, so
right.
But yeah, I think if I was wearing it at work, I think I'd have to do something about the maybe just put something here to keep it nice. But
I've never made a wrap dress, I'll be honest, but I do know that it's quite difficult to fit them sometimes, isn't it? To make sure you don't get any gaping.
Exactly. I have finished quilting.
That's amazing. Love it.
So I will put some close-up shots of that on. I really enjoyed doing that. It was a mixture of free motion and ruler work, and I'm very pleased with it, actually.
You should be. You've done a fabulous job.
So I wanted to do, like the big girls, the grown-up girls do on their Instagram accounts, and they want to do the big reveal as it's pulled off the frame.
Yes.
So I wanted to do that to see, just because I thought it looked quite nice. So this is what I was aiming for. And this is what I got.
Mum, I just took a really big poo.
So I would hasten to add that that child in question is nearing 20 years of age. I sent the video to a friend of mine who's got a 4-year-old, and she said, "Oh dear Lord, I was really hoping that, you know, the constant telling of bodily movements was a child thing." I was like, no, prepare yourself.
No,
You get it for
they
20
do regress. I found they do regress back to potty humour quite easily, don't they? Yes. Now you used rulers on that. How do you get on with your rulers?
I did. I did some stitch in the ditch, as you told me to, and I used. I actually echoed in here 1/4 of an inch, so I'll put some close-ups of it, but I used the rulers for that, and then I've got some curved rulers that I used for doing the centre parts. And yeah, I really enjoyed them. I really like using them, actually. I find them great fun.
Yeah. Do you find they slip at all, or you're okay with them?
They can do, but I have got the, you know, the sticky tape on the back of them, which helps.
Oh right, okay. Because this week I picked up, now this is going to look really weird, but you will not know what that is, but this actually is one of those scooter, you know, for scooters, what do they call them? Those stunt scooters.
Right.
So stunt scooters and what's those other things called where you go up and down the ramp? Skateboards. Yeah, skateboards. Well, the skateboards and the scooters have like a sticky, they have a non-slip surface to them.
Okay.
You hear that? So yeah, this is what that is. So I bought some of this because it's cheap and cheerful, and this is the clear. Obviously, it's frosted.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cut it into little strips, so it's like sandpaper.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick a bit of that onto the back of a couple of the rulers just to see how it goes.
Oh yeah.
So, I was using them the other day, and I found that I do have a favourite one, which was made by the Gadget Girls, and that's years old. And it has like a cutout where my little finger goes into, and I use my little finger to do a lot of the twist and turning. So, and the ones that I was using last week didn't have anything like that to grip onto. I had nowhere to put my fingers to keep hold of it, kind of thing. Yeah. And I've also my hand's also been a bit arthritic this week as well. So I was clawing was not a good idea, you know, holding it with a hand like this. So I thought, oh, well, I need something underneath just to give me a little bit of stiction, you know. So
a bit of what? Sorry.
Stiction. That's what I'm going to call it.
Stiction. Is that a word?
I don't know. I'm ready
to that's a made-up word, actually.
Yeah. Well, you want it so it's grippy, but not grippy. You know what I mean? You want it just to give it a little bit of stiction.
Okay. I think we've just invented a new word
there. I haven't used it yet because it only arrived this morning, so I'll let you know how I get on with it.
All right.
It was like it was dirt cheap. So I thought, well, why not?
Yeah.
So it came as a recommendation from Lindsay Upton a few months back, actually, and I was thinking about it last week, and I thought, did she really say skateboard stuff?
Well, she knows her stuff, doesn't she?
Well, clearly, it seems like it's going to, so it feels all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Right. So, any more finishes?
Yeah, I finished that quilt, which was mine. So this one. So I didn't actually show it. This is an old one. And I can't remember that it was not a jelly roll. It was a layer cake.
Oh, very nice.
So very, very not me normally.
No, that's not your normal cup of tea, is that?
No. It's quite pretty though, isn't it?
Very pretty though. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I just put an overall, a big overall on the back of it. So it's called Fresco Feathers, which I think is really pretty.
That's lovely. And what wadding have you got in that?
I've got Matilda's Own.
Right.
I've got Matilda's Own 60-40. So 60% wool, 40% polyester.
Okay.
Which is my all-time favourite. I love Matilda's. Big time.
Good.
So much so that I try not to let my customers know I have it.
It's a bit late now.
Smang. No, I really like Matilda's because it's got the loft, so you can get some nice sculptural quilting with it. So you can put quite a lot of quilting or not a lot of quilting, and you get some beautiful results either way.
Okay.
And with it being the Hobbs wool, I'm not sure if you can actually put that in the tumble dryer, but I do know that you can put a Matilda's in the tumble dryer.
Right. Okay.
Not that I would, mind you, because I prefer, if I do launder quilts, I prefer to air dry them. And but for a kids quilt, I have stuck them in the tumble dryer, you know, sort of baby quilts, I've done that.
Yeah.
But it washes really, really, really well.
Okay.
Really well. So it's got a lot of benefits to it, and it's also it's got a moth repellent built into it somehow. Not really sure. So it's moth proof.
Okay.
Keeps you warm in the winter, keeps you cool in the summer.
An all-rounder then.
Yeah, it is. It's a good all-rounder. It's a bit more expensive than your cottons, obviously, but well, actually, it's quite a bit more expensive, but it's worth it in the long. It is actually also slightly wider because it comes up at 2.4 meters, so that's 96 as opposed to 90 inches.
So I've got I've got this one that you've seen before, which if you can.
Yeah, so I like that one too.
Yeah. So this is a wall hanging that I made, and I decided that I was going to face it. So I put a facing on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually very happy. I don't think I'm very happy with the facing. And what I'm actually thinking now is that I might take the facing off, and I might just stick a little binding on it actually, and just trying to get it so you can see the light.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. You can go back to traditional.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take that off, which is a bit of a pain in the bottom, but I think I'm going to take that off and then put the binding on it, and hopefully that'll finish.
Yeah, it's a lovely quilt.
Frame it quite nicely. So
yeah, that feathered star is really tiny, isn't it? Next you got.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was it worked out at about 6 inches. That one.
Oh my goodness. So what size are the actual half square triangles for that?
Well, you can see all the seams behind that then, couldn't you? I actually I foundation pieced it.
Oh, really? Oh, right.
I did.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
I did. I think I used my EQ8 and I printed it off, and paper foundationed it in pieces, and then put it all together. And I only did 2 because that was enough.
Yeah.
So yes, so that's on the go. I've also got have you got any knitting? I've got my jumper on the go still.
Well, I've got things. I just haven't been in the mood for knitting, but I have touched some wool this week.
You touched some wool. Oh, well done.
I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay. So
have you moved on?
I have moved on. So I've taken the sleeves, separated the sleeves, and I'm now on the body. My big concern at the moment is that it's going to be big enough. But I think it will.
Can you not put it on and try it at this point?
I'm not sure whether my needles. I might have to put it onto a longer.
Yeah.
If I put it onto a longer circular, I might be able to get it on. Yes, I think it will. I think it'll be all right. I'm going to have a measure tonight and have a look, see. But I am enjoying it actually. I am really enjoying it at the moment.
Nice.
So yeah. So I thought I'd do that. Right now, listen. Talking of knitting, look at this. Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good job I've got something on underneath it, isn't it? Flashing all my wares for everybody to see. Not that there's much to see, I sometimes. Knitting. Are you up for a bit of a challenge?
I am always up for a challenge, you know me.
Okay, so first of all, we'd like to say a huge thank you to Aaron and Chip of Fibre Hustle.
Absolutely. Look. I am wearing my Stitchless in Seattle. Thank you.
They gave us a lovely shout out the other day, which was so kind of you. Thank you ever so much.
Oh, fabulous! Really good.
Chuffed, yeah. So they were also asking about, you know, whether people were inspired by them or by what they were doing and things like that. And I don't know if you saw it, but Aaron had knit a beanie. I think it's the Rios beanie by Benjamin Matthews. And it had...
I did see him. He was on... yeah, because did he show it on his Instagram as well as the log post?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah, I have seen it then, yeah.
So I wondered if you were up for a little challenge of knitting a beanie.
I can possibly knit a beanie, yes.
Possibly. So, if you get the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to knit the beanie. And the only thing is you have to use, you've got a yarn stash, haven't you?
Is it double knit or is it?
No, I think it's sort of, well, I think it's like an Aran weight, I think.
Oh, yeah, oh, do you know what? I'll have to go back and look at Stuart and Anya, because they did a thing about doubling up, didn't they? And how like two sock yarns make a double knit. And
Right.
I think they did some. So I wonder if two double knits make an Aran. I bet they do, because I could use something double, couldn't I?
Well, I'm not sure if the recipe. Oh, the pattern was maybe, is it 10 ply?
10 ply.
So that would be 2 4-plies. No, that would be, oh God, see my brain's
2
gone.
1/2
Now 2 4-plies is 8 ply.
Oh, right. Oh, so would that be, okay, so that would be two double knits and a sock yarn, wouldn't it? Is 10 ply.
But that's like three yarns that you're holding together then, isn't it?
Well, I'll probably just go and buy something, but I'm just saying it.
Right, okay, look, if you can do it out your stash, then do it out your stash.
Okay. And is there a time limit on this?
No, it's not a race.
Okay, all right then.
So
tomorrow's all right, is it?
Tracy will have it finished by the weekend.
Yeah, sounds good, actually. Sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. All right then. Okay. So we're to model them, are we, by the next...
No, not by
whenever.
No, because you're a much quicker knitter than I am. So, no.
Okay. Whenever. Righto. Okay, I can do that. I haven't picked up any knitting at all for the last few weeks, really, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I haven't touched any knitting. So I did pick up the yarn because I wanted something to do some couching. I was couching on the Longarm. So have you tried that?
No, not yet.
Wow. So, do you have one of these feet? I think you do, because you have everything in your box, don't you? You have one of those?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so that's a couching foot. It's for it's Bernina Q24. Well, I don't actually, what number is it? It's the Bernina... I don't know what the number is. 43. It's a 43. Bernina 43.
I will have a look. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I was demonstrating how to do couching on the Longarm.
Yeah.
And so I was using the wool to go onto black fabric, and it looked fantastic.
Oh,
so
I bet
really,
it did. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. So, but I don't have my own sample because I was at the student's house. So I'm going to have a go this weekend. So I'll take some photographs and show everybody, because it looks stunning when it's done. Yeah. So this couching foot, by the way, can you see how it's cupped? It's got that cup effect to it. Really good if you've got applique to quilt up and around.
Oh, right.
So if you have stitched it around an applique shape and then want to do some filler work behind it, you know, to come up and get right into the applique.
Yeah.
If you don't have one of these cup feet, you can run the risk of the foot gets caught on the applique and you can't get as close as you need to.
Yeah.
But this does double duty, because you can buy a proper cup foot, but I thought, you know what, you don't need to, because this does both.
All
So it's a
right,
couching foot, and because it's got that cupped finish to it, it will ride up and over applique surfaces. So.
yeah. Have you got anything else to share?
Have I got anything else? Do you know what? I haven't done. No, I don't really have anything else. But talking of inspiration, I was inspired by Chip from Fibre Hustle again. So thanks, Chip, to go and get the Martinelli.
Oh yeah, the die cutters.
Face masks. Yeah, for making masks. So that you got your 3 sizes.
Yeah.
They're a lot larger than the pattern pieces I had been using.
Yeah, they look it.
Yeah,
I've actually got one because I'm getting a bit fed up with them now, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll be honest. I was going to carry on making that because these were $12, and you got the 3 for $12.
Well, that's not bad.
And I think because obviously I'm getting them from the States. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to talk about the nose as well in a minute. I think I paid. It's free shipping, I think, in the States at the moment, isn't it? I believe for these. I could be wrong in saying that. It might be, but obviously being international, I don't think I paid more than $18, which I didn't think was too bad to get something over here. So, and the interesting thing was I ordered it and I think it took 5 days for it to arrive here.
Oh, wow, that's
and
really
I didn't have to pay, there was no customs or anything attached to it because the actual price of the product was $12. Although they do include shipping, it still came below the £35 threshold.
Oh, that's good though.
So there was nothing, it just arrived in the post. So I just thought it was good to have. We're going to have to be using things like this. And as it happened, Steve's Karate Club have asked me to make them all masks anyway. So I'm going to crack 2 and for them. So. And I also treated myself to Kathleen Riggins' new book.
Oh, right.
Which is free motion, fearless free motion. And it's really nice.
Is it?
I really, really like it. Really like it. Very nicely written. Lots of information. Lots of inspirational quilting. She shows you what to do and how to combine designs.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, nice. Yeah, lovely.
So Kathleen Riggins is Canadian, I think, isn't she? Is she Canadian?
I think so. Yeah, I did a class with her. Oh, at QuiltCon one year. I can't remember. Maybe it was the Pasadena show, maybe.
No, not think. I know I took one with her. So look at those gorgeous things. Look,
Yeah,
look
very
at that.
nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so I treated myself to that. So it's just a bit of eye candy to go through and inspirational to. Yeah.
Good.
So it's always nice to keep seeing what people are doing, try something new.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Whereas I've bought, I treated myself to 2 Amanda Murphy books this week.
Yes. Yeah. I've got the one, the green and the what that one's called. What's that one in that one?
So that one is a free motion quilting idea book.
Yeah, that one I do have. Yeah.
That one's an organic free motion quilting book.
That one I haven't seen. Is that a new one?
I'm not sure if it's new. I don't know, but again, they're spiral bound, so you can just flick through them. And again, I think they're really good. It's lots and lots of tips and ideas. So if you're looking for ideas on an inspiration for quilting,
yeah,
I think I really like them. So
yeah, because so often we forget. I mean, we know how to do stuff, but then we forget what we've done.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you. It's like, oh, what can I do on this? So.
Yeah. So that's so I bought that, and then the other thing I treated myself to is I bought myself some lovely oak shot fabrics.
Oh, very nice. Sparklies.
Yeah.
So nice sheen to them, haven't they?
Yeah. So I used some of these on the Alison Glass and Juice so long that we did.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my.
Have you finished those?
Moving on, some of my turquoises were some of those. I can go right off you sometimes, you know. Right off.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, so yes, and I also, they had a little sale package, so I bought one of those as well because I just couldn't resist, you know. So
beautiful. Funny enough, today was the first time. I'm just going to look it up because I can't remember what it was called. My local quilt shop. I bet I've gone in.
See, I'm going to have to put a pin in that, aren't I? It's really good that I've got a camisole underneath.
Moda have got, it probably isn't new to this country, but it's certainly new to, it's called Geometry, Moda Geometry. It's greens and greys and creams.
All right.
It's gorgeous, and it's the first time I've seen a range of fabric that I've thought, oh, actually, I think I might get that, because I haven't been buying fabric at all.
I will have a look at that.
Oh, I tell you what, I did see this week. Did you see the Salisbury poisonings?
We watched the first 2 episodes. Yes,
you did. Yeah, did it? Was it like as you remembered it or not?
Yes, it was actually. Yeah, I think they did a very good job of it. You know, we had an ex-Russian spy living amongst us that we were not aware of, and one Sunday afternoon a couple of years ago, the Russians came and they put some poison on his door handles and things like that in an attempt to get rid of him, and he had his daughter with him as well. And they left the home and then went round Salisbury to a number of locations in Salisbury, and ended up on a park bench in a pedestrian shopping area in Salisbury. And my husband and I had been in town, and we'd been for a coffee, and we walked past them on our way back to the car. And he was just at this point was just sat staring out into space like he was daydreaming, and she looked like she was just having a nap with her head on his shoulder. And as we walked past, I said to my husband, do you think they're okay? Do you think they're all right? And he said, well, I think they've maybe just had 1 or 2 many drinks at lunchtime or something. And we kept going. And it wasn't until a couple of days later that I heard it on the news and suddenly thought, oh my word, that was them. And we then had to do police interviews and things like that as the weeks went on. But it basically brought Salisbury to a standstill pretty much.
It did.
It was not a very nice period of time for Salisbury at all.
They've made a 3-part television programme about it to explain, well, to give the story. And I sat and watched all 3. I personally thought it was very well done. Yeah. And quite sensitively so, I thought too, actually. So
I think they were very good in how they did it. But now, you know, we're all safe, we're all good now. It's fine. You can come and visit us. It's okay. We're clean. We're not ringing the old bell anymore.
No, well, they did a lot in terms of cleaning it all up, didn't they?
Oh yes. Yeah. But it did hit us very hard because obviously we are quite a tourist attraction, and we had a lot of people who just would not come to Salisbury, so it was not an easy period, especially for businesses. So
well, I came during that period because I came and had a class with the Happy Pair with you at the Waitrose.
Oh, Waitrose, was that at that time?
It was at that time. Yes, it was.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And
if you don't know who the Happy Pair are, you need to go look them up, because they're a very nice couple of plant-based twins.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't, does it really? No, but they're two Irish boys or men that have got a series of books actually to do with plant-based food. And they came to Salisbury and did a cookery class, which we did, didn't we?
We did. I sent Tracy a message and said, "Do you want to come to this talk?" And she was like, "Well, I've never heard of them. Who are they?"
No. So, let's get this right.
No, hang on. No, wait. So then I sent her a picture, which I will put up here, and she immediately said, "I'm coming. I'll be there. Count me in." I can't imagine why. Can you?
Imagine why? we had a lovely day. It was really, really nice, actually, wasn't it? And Waitrose is a supermarket chain in the UK, and I think, do they have 3 cookery schools around the country?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. But if you have never been to a Waitrose cookery school, it is worth attending. Really, really good. I mean, the ticket price was very low, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Oh yes, it wasn't. No, it was.
I don't think it was even £20, was it?
No,
I don't remember what it was.
No.
But we went in. There was all little nibbles and a drink. Like you could have prosecco, or you could have a soft drink. There was some nibbles of some description. There was like a care package on your seat, basically, wasn't there?
There was.
And then throughout the cookery demonstration, you basically had your lunch, didn't you? Because they brought out 6 different dishes for everyone to try. And then you had some samples as well to take away, didn't you? So, yeah. So it was really, really good value. And I've used the recipes that I took away from that multiple times. So I would like to go back and do another one, actually, at some point.
Yeah.
So what do you think to this business about Bluprint then? Because you have
yes. Yeah, we talked about it, didn't we, on our previous episode? Have you heard something new then?
Well, yes, I have actually. Yes, I got an update from a friend who sent me a piece, a software package. Well, she didn't send me the software, she sent me the link to the software package. You can get onto your Bluprint account and you can download your videos.
Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, Bluprint are closing their doors effectively over the next month. So if you have classes with Bluprint, we were trying to ascertain, what happens to your classes, because you bought them presumably with the view that you could keep them forever.
Well, yeah, that's right. They have this forever class thing. Yeah. I mean, originally it was Craft Scene, and I think it started in 2010, didn't it? Because I remember joining Craft Scene very, very early on in when their business started, and then it got sold to Bluprint, and then Bluprint was taken over. Did it change? Yes, that's right. It went to Bluprint when it was Craftsy was bought by NBC Universal, wasn't it?
I'm not quite sure.
I believe that's the case, and it changed its name. But for some reason they've decided that this is not a sector possibly they want to be in anymore, so that's it, they're closing the doors on it. So I did actually check to see how many classes I had purchased or received free, because over the years I've managed to get a lot of free things as well, and it was 206.
Oh my word, well done. If anyone can better that, put it in the comments below.
Oh, I'm sure there's people that could better that.
That's a lot.
A lot of those classes I didn't actually want anymore. There were things that, I don't know, they used to send you free things all the time for various reasons, promotional things, didn't they? Or you've done this, you can go choose a class from this bunch. Well, cheese making is not something I'm really interested in, so I have a class on cheese making, so I wasn't particularly interested in that,
You never know when it might come in handy.
Well, no, blessed be the cheesemakers. But there we go. I mean, I don't know. So, but I did look at all my other classes and thought I still have a lot. And for me to download these classes is going to be a hefty piece of work.
Yeah.
Plus, each class is made up of 6, 8, 10 episodes. Or more in some cases. So behind every class you've got all these sub levels.
Yeah.
And the friend that sent me the information about downloading the classes said that she had to download each episode at a time, one at a time. So it was a very long-winded process. Anyway, so I kind of thought, I don't think I'm going to bother. I'll leave it until I hear something from Bluprint, because they said they would get in touch to tell you what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything official at this point to say how they're going to help you out. I've no idea. So it was only by chance I was flicking through something, looking for Bluprint information, and something came up about a company called All V Soft, ALLVSOFT, All V Soft, who had got a piece of software that they had tailored for Bluprint users. And now you have to give this company your sign-on to your Bluprint account, which means you give them your ID and your password.
Okay.
They then use this to actually tailor the software so that you can go in and then download all of your class library in one go. So you don't have to do every individual episode. The whole of your library will come down.
Okay.
And you did have to purchase it, and it was about £18 to purchase.
Right. Okay.
They do have up to 5 free downloads, but of course it won't work with Bluprint, because to download your Bluprint you have to give them your ID and password. So, and they're not going to let you do that until you purchased it, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah.
So so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. It got some good reviews. I thought I'll give it a go, and it did work brilliantly, really, really good. So I set it up one night. I made sure I checked on a couple, and I thought, how big are these videos? And I wasn't completely sure, but I thought they were about 3 gig each.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you got 200, that's a lot.
It is.
So I checked on my hard drive, do I have enough space? And I thought, yeah, actually you do have enough space, go for it. So I set it running, and it did take something in the region of 8 hours to download everything, but once I'd got it going, everything came down. So, I had archived a few classes, which I then subsequently decided that I would unarchive and take those as well. And so I had to go through a very slightly different process, but nonetheless the software still worked really, really well. Everything came down. Once I'd got it all together, the only piece of work you do need to do is then take all of the episodes in that class and put it in a separate folder, because it doesn't do that bit for you.
Right.
So all of the classes, I subset everything, and then I have extra storage in the cloud. So I've got more than enough storage in the cloud. So I set it running to push everything into the cloud.
Yeah.
So by doing that, everything came off my hard drive storage and went into the cloud. So it's all sitting there. And that took about 24 hours for everything to get pushed across.
Right.
But I've got all the classes I want, and I can view them on multiple platforms wherever I want to watch it now. So
That's good then.
So yeah, it did work. Now afterwards, we did have the friend and I had a brief conversation about well, this company now has access to your details, and so is that a good thing or not? But I decided that somewhere along the line you have to have a level of trust.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I was silly, maybe I was naive to have that, I have no idea, but I have gone back in now, so I've got all my classes and I've changed my password at Bluprint, so there is no further access for them to Bluprint.
Yeah.
But as I said, the reviews were good, and I can't see why they'd want to take your information. Well, they might well sell it, who knows. If they do, they do. They've not got any more information that's not available in the public domain anyway, so I'm not going to be overly concerned about that. But was perhaps more disconcerting was the fact that potentially they could sell those videos and pirate them, so that the teachers themselves have lost that potential earnings capability, because their material has been pirated or could be pirated.
Yes.
But as I understand it, Bluprint, I did watch a clip from Susie Quilts, and she was saying that Bluprint had not, or were not at that point, giving teachers access to their own materials for further use. So it's kind of lost anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of interesting. I'd need to sit and think that through a bit more. But anyway, so we are at the point now. If you want to download your materials, your class details, you can do that. Your classes, your videos, you can download it. And you know, there is a company that is supporting people getting their material. So,
oh well, that's great. Because I know a couple of people who are watching who've got their, got quite a long list of classes, so they'll be interested.
Well, I'll put a link to the software. I do recommend it. It did work for me. If you have questions, they come back very quickly and answer them. So so it's not that it doesn't work. So whether you are concerned about, you know, information being released to them, that's up to you to consider and assess the risk yourself, I think.
Yeah.
But I wasn't totally worried. So so there we go. So but I haven't heard anything from Bluprint, but I'm assuming that I mean, for me, I say it was actually, in the end, it worked out at just under 360 gigabytes of information, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Now, for some people, they won't have that amount of storage available if they do have that many classes. But 10 years worth of buying material soon adds up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, absolutely.
So Bluprint are going to have to do something for those people, I think. Yeah. So there we go.
So there you go.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust.
Yes. Yeah, indeed.
Right. So that's us then.
It is. I think so. Yes. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been lovely having you with us. If you liked what you've seen, then please give us a like down below and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification button.
You did that really well.
Did I sound really professional then, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Just trips off the tongue.
Just trips off. It should do by now, really, shouldn't it, I suppose? Yeah, so thanks very much. And we'll see you when we see you.
We certainly will. Thanks very much and take care.
Take care for now then. Bye.
Bye.